President Trump is threatening a 100% tariff on China following their move to tighten exports of rare earth minerals. For more, let's bring in the Heritage Foundation chief economist and former Labor Bureau Commissioner nominee, E.J. Antoni. E.J., thanks for joining us. This deal with China, how much leverage does the administration have? How much of a problem is it for the White House?
Well, the administration certainly has more leverage today than they did several months ago. And the reason for that is we managed to iron out a lot of trade deals with different countries and groups of countries like the EU, for example. And so the more of those ducks we get in a row, so to speak, the more leverage that gives us against China, because we already have these different trade agreements. It makes it easier to isolate China. And the more isolated they are, again, the more leverage we have and the easier it is to get a trade deal that's not just on China's terms, but that's actually mutually beneficial.
Especially on rare earth, though. That is a pressure point for the U.S., isn't it?
Oh, certainly. But so rare earth is kind of a misnomer because we think rare earth and we think they're just not, there's not a lot of this stuff in the world. In fact, there is. The difficulty with rare earths is that they're never found in concentrations. In other words, you have to process a tremendous amount of earth to find these trace minerals in there. So China's not the only game in town when it comes to rare earths.
You were a BLS nom. That was withdrawn from the White House. Very quickly, what happened, and do you expect BLS to come out with a report anytime soon?
Unfortunately, with a nomination like BLS commissioner, it does require Senate confirmation, and we literally just couldn't get meetings with senators, so there was no way to move the nomination forward. That being said, I'll still continue to advocate for the same reforms I've been advocating for 3 years now. But when it comes to the reports, we are going to get an inflation report.
We got to run. We'll see you next hour. More on Israel coming up. EJ, thank you so much.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.